I'm willing to fight both in the same night.
No, you ain't. No, you ain't.
I'm willing to fight both in the same night.
As the YouTuber boxing scene has continued to grow and grow, the Paul brothers, Logan and Jake, have gone above and beyond from where it first started. Logan squared off against KSI in the first professional YouTuber bout, while Jake has knocked out Nate Robinson and Ben and set his sights on even bigger opponents. So much that Logan Paul stretched his competition out to Floyd Mayweather, and the two are now set to fight in the ring on June 6th. Ever since the recent scandal between Jake Paul and Floyd Mayweather, Mayweather had thrown some massive statements Logan and Jake Paul's way. Floyd Mayweather sent life-threatening DMs to Paul brothers. It's been some time since the fight between Floyd Mayweather and Jake Paul, but more information about the whole situation is still coming out. It seems that the Paul brothers are actually scared for their lives after Floyd said some pretty dangerous threats to Jake Paul after he stole his hat. Although Jake and Logan are still cracking jokes about the gotcha hat movement, they are still taking some safety precautions to protect themselves. Logan Paul has revealed that he and his brother Jake Paul are taking safety precautions after Floyd Mayweather made threats at a press conference last week. In an interview with TMZ Sports, Logan Paul was questioned over the concern for safety after the hat incident between Jake Paul and Floyd Mayweather. When Jake stole the hat, it was one of the first times the public had seen Mayweather lose his cool to that degree within a promotion. His team went after Jake Paul and threatened to kill him as he was pulled away. At the start of the interview clip, Logan Paul joked about how Floyd Mayweather really loves that hat for him to react the way he did. He was then asked if was taking precautions, and Logan Paul quickly reassured that the brothers were doing so. Then Logan Paul was asked if he had security as well. When Logan Paul was asked afterwards if he or Jake Paul were taking any legal action, such as a restraining order, in Logan Paul and Jake Paul's eyes, that approach is the wimpy way out, and it would also completely affect the boxing event. It may also lend to the theory that most of the situation is staged to some degree. Some eagle-eyed viewers also noticed Jake Paul in the background of the interview, and he appeared to have something under his shirt. To many, it looked like a bulletproof vest was protruding, and it would line up with the 24/7 security that was needed. The press conference between Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather went according to plan, until Jake decided to jump in afterwards. Jake Paul got in Floyd Mayweather's face and challenged him. Before long, Jake Paul took his hat and tried to run off. It ended with Jake taking some damage and Floyd Mayweather seemingly losing his cool. Jake Paul later on posted some of the damage he took to his face, but he is also capitalizing entirely on the stolen hat image. Only time will tell how genuine or staged the entire event is so far. Floyd Mayweather and Jake Paul got into a huge brawl following the press conference for the Logan Paul bout, where Floyd attacked the YouTuber. Floyd Mayweather and Jake Paul got into a huge brawl at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, following the heated press conference between the boxing legend and Paul's older brother Logan Paul, who are set to collide in an exhibition bout on June 6th. At the conference, the two Paul brothers and Mayweather traded verbal jabs, with Money May calling the siblings two fake fighters. In reply, Logan took a shot at Mayweather's new look, saying the only thing that's fake on this stage is Floyd's fucking hairline. Jake Paul boxing, Floyd Mayweather vs Jake Paul brawl. However, Logan and Jake, who recently went pro, didn't just stop there as the two mocked the undefeated legend for his age. Things quickly turned physical when Jake went closer to Mayweather and started exchanging words with the 50-0 fighter. He then pulled off the boxing legend's cap, angering Mayweather and instigating a huge brawl. Floyd Mayweather threw several punches at the YouTuber before members of their entourages joined in the melee. The bodyguards of both the stars soon got involved and separated the two, but not before Jake Paul was left with a minor injury. Jake Paul claimed that one of Mayweather's bodyguards punched him in the eye, which reports adding that the YouTuber even got some cuts. Logan Paul allegedly was not happy with his brother's actions as it might affect the Mayweather bout, which is expected to make millions via PPV sales. Mayweather boasts a 50-0 professional record in the ring, with his last professional fight taking place in 2017 where he defeated UFC megastar Conor McGregor. Logan Paul, on the other hand, has fought only once as a pro, losing to fellow YouTuber KSI. Meanwhile, Jake Paul has seen more success than his brother in boxing, winning all 3 of his pro fights. Considering the Paul brothers' underwhelming record and recent brawl, fans have been asking Mayweather to fight both Jake and Logan at the same time on June 6, 2021. Logan Paul says he and his brother are taking no chances after Floyd Mayweather's "I'll kill you" threat, telling TMZ Sports they now have security watching them at all times. Floyd dropped the menacing warning to Jake Paul after the younger Paul bro famously stole the boxer's hat during a confrontation at the Logan Mayweather pre-fight news conference in Miami last week. Most considered it an empty threat. After all, nobody really thinks Floyd's going to commit murder over a baseball cap, but Logan tells us he's taking absolutely no chances. Logan says the Paul bros now have bodyguards with or around them everywhere at all times. Logan, though, says he and his brother will not be going to cops or filing anything in the court system over the threat. The older Paul brother said the idea is straight up bitch shit, bro. There's more. Logan also says there's a chance he makes $20 million for fighting Floyd, and he also explained why a fight card that would feature both him and Jake versus Mayweather would never happen. By the way, Jake also made an appearance during our interview with Logan, and watch the clip. Gotcha hat clearly ain't going anywhere anytime soon. Floyd Mayweather says the Logan Paul fight was supposed to go down in Dubai, but the organization he teamed up with to put on the event dropped the ball, and now his company is suing for more than $120 million. TMZ Sports obtained the lawsuit filed by Mayweather Promotions, alleging a company called PAC Entertainment Worldwide approached them about hosting the event in Dubai at an undisclosed date in 2021. Mayweather Promotions claims PAC claimed to have numerous business contracts in Dubai, and had the financial wherewithal the capability to host a fight of this magnitude. Most importantly, Mayweather Promotions says PAC presented financial projections estimating the fight could generate guaranteed amounts for each participant, plus result in the promoters earning more than $100 million in profits after covering all purses and expenses. Mayweather Promotions admits it was impressed with the pitch and claims it ultimately signed a deal requiring PAC to pay a minimum guaranteed amount of $110 million on a prescribed payment schedule. Mayweather Promotions claims the first payment of $30 million was due on March 25, 2021, but the money never came. Mayweather Promotions claims the missed payment triggered a clause allowing MP to terminate the deal while still requiring PAC to fork up the full $110 million. In the suit, Mayweather Promotions claims they were left scrambling to make new fight plans, and ultimately worked out a deal to move the fight to Miami on June 6th.